Today, we're taking a plastic or resin 24th scale body that's subjected to severe racing conditions and showing how to dramatically improve its durability. Rather than repairing damage after it happens, we use a proven, proactive technique. By reinforcing key weak areas with fabric impregnated with superglue before the body ever hits the track, durability can be dramatically improved. Best of all, it adds almost nothing to the weight of the body. Common reinforcement areas include the front valance and front wheel wells, while some bodies may also benefit from added strength around the rear wheel wells.
So, let's get started. First, we need to gather the tools and materials for this project. We'll begin by selecting the proper fabric. Use a cotton polyester blend. The higher the poly percentage, the better. In fact, 100% poly might work well. It should be light and stretchy. Check out the thrift store. You'll also need a sharp pair of scissors to cut the material cleanly. Next, we'll need original superglue, as shown here. In addition, we'll be using a product called Zip Kicker to speed up the curing process. Have some wax paper to put pressure on the fabric as it bonds, and use some nitrile gloves. Now I'll illustrate the process as it applies to the front section of the model. This is a relatively large area and includes several complex curves. To make this manageable, it's best to cut, fit, and bond the fabric in 4 separate sections. I start by doing each wheel well individually, followed by the area between the wheel wells, and finally the very front of the model.
Now for a quick demonstration. Apologies if my hand blocks part of the view at times, but you'll still get the idea. If your model is already assembled, start by covering the windows with tape. This prevents any fogging. Don't worry, the process will not damage painted surfaces. First, cut and test fit the fabric for the area you're working on. Cut a piece of wax paper slightly larger than the fabric and set it aside.
Apply a thin coat of superglue directly to the model. A little goes a long way. Place the fabric onto the glued surface. At this point, it won't adhere yet, and that's normal. Now apply a thin, even coat of superglue on top of the fabric, making sure it's fully covered. You'll notice the fabric darken as the glue soaks in. Now for the fun part. Apply the kicker to the wax paper, then press the wax paper onto the fabric. This triggers an exothermic chemical reaction. You can actually feel the heat. The fabric will harden almost immediately. After it hardens, usually in less than a minute, peel away any excess wax paper. Most of it will come right off. And that's all there is to it.